I just saw your second date update video where I analyzed a second date update that Ryan Seacrest did on the show. And he says, I now have a few questions because you have blown my mind again. Yes, this is in regard to the girl mentioned in this email chain, and this is primarily for learning purposes. For context, we've only been on one date. She asked for the second date the same night as our first, typically a positive sign. And it's been a month since we've last spoken. I'm curious as to why it's been a month, because that's a really, really long time to go from like having a great date and then her not like writing back out to you at all, or you trying to reach back out to her for a date. Like, was there conflicts that got in the way? I would like to know more of that stuff. But anyway, he says she canceled last minute with a counter offer and she didn't reach out this entire time. We texted on most days after the date, which, as you know, is a mistake because ideally you're reaching out to her only to get dates and you're not doing all this extra texting in between dates. But he says all of which she initiated, which is good. And I've actively tried to end the convo politely. She pulled away for a weekend in which she returned, and it led to the screenshots below. So I'm going to go over briefly the text that he sent me. I'm not going to be too detailed in case she ever sees this video, but I will say, so basically he had mentioned, he had tried to mention a day for them to catch up and then said, enjoy your weekend or whatever. And then she said, I'll let you know how it goes. And then the day of the date, that Wednesday, a couple of hours before they were supposed to meet up, she sends a message saying, hey, basically, I can't make it tonight. Excuse. Something came up at work and I'm still stuck at work. And then he says, hey, no worries. Happens all the time. Let's do it another time, etc. Right? So then he said, I have a few questions. Number one, I know you typically recommend guys ask one more time to fully understand whether a woman is interested or not. But wouldn't a woman lose respect for a man if he asked her for another date, even though she canceled at the last minute without a counteroffer, especially if we've only been on less than 4 or 5 dates? So the fact that you guys only had that one date and then waited a month, it's definitely not working in your favor. I will say, obviously, you follow my stuff for a long time. So you know that if a woman cancels, it's not always bad if she sends out a counter offer. So we would have liked to have seen her say, hey, something came up at work. I can't make it tonight, but hey, I'll make it up to you. Let's go out on Friday or Saturday instead. That's what we want to see, because that indicates that a woman still has interest, but she's just legitimately busy. Something came up. But in this case, we did not see her do that. We did not see her say, hey, let's set up some other time. So subconsciously, that indicates that the interest level that she has in you may not be as high as we would like it to be. Now, this is one of those examples where, okay, let's say that's the case, where maybe she's lost interest or she's lowered interest, but this is the first time this has happened and you don't really know what's going on. So this is why when that kind of thing happens, I say, at this point, I would assume that there's lowered interest, but we really want to like solidify in your head if that's what's going on, which is why, and this would be a case where ideally you would wait a week and then you would reach out one more time and say, just act like the last cancellation didn't happen and just say, hey, so something's coming up on Thursday or Monday. I would love to meet up with you. Let me know if you're free. And then see what she says at that point. Either A, she'll say yes to the date and then show up for the date. B, she'll say yes to the date and then cancel, or she'll make up some excuse. Oh, I can't make it. Something else came up, and you'll get no counter offer. At which point your brain will officially know, oh, she's now blown me off twice, so she's probably not interested. But that's why I tell you guys to reach out that second time after, like you wait a week to do that after she's canceled a date, because I want you to have a complete understanding that this woman is no longer interested. All right. Now, to your second question, assuming I overthought the text exchange, hypothetically, do you think I can try to ask for another date at this point? I know women have memories like elephants, but I'm hyper-focused on the fact that we've only been on one date and it feels or felt like I'm overextending too early. Well, you're not overextending. It really just, right now you're just asking on dates. Like my thing is this, it shouldn't be super hard to get a woman on a date. You ask her out, she either says yes, or she gives some excuse that means no. That's all we're looking for. So my thing is, if she's making it difficult to see her, that is indicative of lower interest. That doesn't reflect on you because you're doing your job. You're not trying to like overextend. You maybe are texting her a little too much, but you're not overextending. You're just trying to get her on a date. Again, I don't know why there was a month between when you asked her out or when she reached out to you to try to get another date. But regardless, all we care about is when you ask for the date, do you get the date? And if you don't get the date, that's not good. And then if she doesn't counter offer, that's also not good. But you wait a week to hit her up again, and then that's all you can do. At that point, if she says, oh, I'm busy, whatever, just say, okay, great. Well, we'll see some other time. And then you delete her number and you throw it to the side and you go after other women. And on the off chance she reaches out to you later on and says, hey, what about me? Let's go out or whatever. Then she has to be the one to set all that up because you've done your part at this point. So for now, I would say if you can reach out one more time. It's been about a week since you wrote this. I've been doing a lot of stuff. So, but yeah, reach out to her again, see what she says, and then go from there. And then that's all you can do. This isn't, but again, dating isn't hard. We make it hard. So if she's saying yes to dates, that's easy. If she's saying no, or she's canceling and not giving counter offers, and you're trying to fight her on that or convince her of that, that's making dating hard. Do not make dating harder than it needs to be. So hopefully that answers your question. Hey there, thanks for tuning in to Harry Dating Convos. Don't forget to visit HarryWilmington.com to download my free ebook, Texting Women Like a Boss. And while you're there, if you're ready to take things to the next level with your dating life, check out the Get Girls Academy membership program for exclusive strategies and live coaching. Go to HarryWilmington.com to learn more and join today. Lastly, if you've got a question you'd like answered on one of these shows, leave a comment below or write me at HarryWilmington@gmail.com. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.